March 1st, 2023. March 1st, 2023. I am and have always been a video game guy. Man, there was a person who was driving along just then. It was this truck, and this truck was about to miss the exit. Passed up the exit, stopped on the interstate to drive across, like, you know, the lines once you've already passed the exit. Like, this idiot did that. Like an abrupt stop, like that was frightening. But anyway, NBA 2K. NBA 2K, man, you know, I remember playing, no I don't. I remember playing 2K2 for sure. I remember playing NBA 2K2. That game was so much fun. That was the game that hooked me. 2K and 2K1, I kind of remember 2K1, but 2K2 was just too much fun. I also remember 2K5. You know, I used to wreck people with Kobe Bryant. There was this feature on the game where you would go up, take it to the hole, go up, and you could tap the shooting button again, and he would like double clutch it. It was like easy to do. It was real easy to do. Just tap the button twice. He would like go up and then bring it down, and you know, go up and under. It just couldn't be stopped. And Kobe would make it every time. It would anger the people who I would play against. Man, I remember 2K6, 2K7, because me and my brother would go at it on 2K7. Like, we would go at it. He would get the Spurs, I would get the Pistons. Long story short, let me cut to the chase. Let's not ramble. 2K11 is one of my favorite games ever. You know, I'm one who will find a game that I like and I'll continue to play it no matter what. You know, I'll still play. For a while I was still playing No Mercy, WWF No Mercy. You know, the gameplay is just outstanding. But this NBA 2K11, in NBA 2K, you have this mode called the Association Mode. I've never played The Sims, but my girl said that it was like The Sims because you play the Association Mode and you can draft your players from scratch. So it's like I like to draft everyone. You know, as soon as it starts, you know, every player goes into the player draft pool. There's a lottery to determine who gets the first pick or the second pick or whatever pick. And you pick your players from that lottery. But you play through season after season. season after season. And to start, you know, my beginning was rocky. You know, I had to get my players right. I had to get my lineups right. And, you know, this particular team that I had, we won a lot. It really truly feels like the simulation is so good, and, you know, it's so good that the players on the team, like, you almost develop a relationship. Like, these are your guys. You know, you develop them, you make them better. Like, you trade them, you cut them from your team. You know what I mean? The players develop chemistry with one another. They let you know if they like what's going on and if they dislike what's going on, and they are affected by everything that you do. You know, you could have a guy who comes on and he's unhappy and it brings down the entire team. You know what I mean? And this is 2K11. I can only imagine what they're doing with 2K23, or, you know, 22 even. So as I'm going along in the association mode, I'm playing season after season. And, you know, the team, we win championships. But, you know, players begin to retire, and as these, you know, some players retire, some players get older, and even though you still have some good players, you're not even getting to the finals anymore. You know, you're so close, you just want to recapture that magic. You know what I mean? You know, I think I made it to the conference finals. It's like 4 teams left, I want to say, right before the actual finals, and I lost. My team lost. You know, and the team who beat me went on to play in the finals. And up until this point, you know, I'm just going like, you know, I'll get them next year. I'll get them next year. I'll improve my players. I'll get them next year. You know, so with this particular season, I was like, you know, okay, you know, I'll make some adjustments. I'll get a new coach. And the thing that was hurting me for like some seasons is, you know, the coach I had retired, and that just messed everything up. And I didn't even know that the coach had such an impact on your team. I didn't even know, you know. That's a lesson right there, you know, how valuable is an outside perspective that's letting you know if you're doing the right thing or the wrong thing. But we just got the good coach. Up until that point, we were getting eliminated. It was hard to make the playoffs. And if we got to the playoffs, we were getting eliminated in the first round. But we got the coach. We got the new coach, and our ratings, our team ratings were at like, you know, 16, 17, 18, 19, you know. Our offensive rating was like a 17, and the defense was like an 18, and overall, we were like 19th out of like 30 something teams. As soon as we got the coach, this good coach, we jumped to like 4th and 3rd and, you know, and 2nd. Like, you know, our offense became like 2nd in the league. I was just like, damn. The exact same players, but this coach elevated everything. So after we got eliminated from, I want to say, the conference finals, I'm like, you know, we'll make some adjustments. We'll get them next year. And up until this season, you would just, you know, you would see the team who won the championship. They would go to the White House and they would celebrate, and, you know, you would go to the postseason activities where you would sign new staff, sign some players, you know, go to the free agency and get new players for your team and things like that. But after this season, it stopped. Everything stopped. You know, it went from, you know, like 2K10, it went from 2010 all the way to 2025. And this video game that I'm playing, NBA 2K11, stops at the year 2025. And I'm restarting the game, I'm reloading, I'm trying to see if there's anything that can progress it so that I can move to the next year, but nothing. There's nothing you can do. You know? You just eat that last loss and you're basically forced to retire. You know? Out of nowhere. You're just like, damn. And, you know, I just took that as a life lesson. You know? You're going, you're doing your best, you're maybe taking life for granted a little bit, and then you can't do what you used to do anymore. It stops just like that. And I remember when Kobe Bryant was playing, you know, I'm watching this dude play in, you know, 2013 or 2014 or whatever it was when he popped his Achilles. I've been watching this dude play basketball forever, since I was in the 6th grade or whatever. And to see him go down, it was like, whoa. You know, you still take it for granted, but you think, you know, he's going to get up and be fine. He's going to get up and be the superhero that he always was. But, man, Kobe was out for the year. You know? And he just won the championship in 2010. Got eliminated in 2011. I think it was like 2012 or 2013 was when he had when he hurt his Achilles. And I think he came back in 2015, and man, he wasn't the same guy. Like, everything he did was, you know, the turnaround jumper. He would take it to, there was this one play when he took it to the hole and dunked on 2 guys. But this dude, in his very last game, he's playing against the Golden State Warriors. Before, like, a few years before they became the powerhouse that they became. Like, he's beating them. This guy, Kobe Bryant, on his team that's kind of dwindling. You know, he's willing his team to the playoffs, and he needed to beat this Golden State team in order to get to the playoffs, and he did it. But this game was the last. Who knew this would be the last best Kobe Bryant game that there would ever be? I didn't know that, when I was communicating with one of my best friends on Facebook Messenger, that would be the last time I would ever talk to him. Or when I saw my nephew and we were like beefed out. I still remember the last time I saw him. Like, I saw him and I didn't speak. Who knew that would be the last time I would ever see him, All from this NBA 2K game. We'll get him next year. There is no next year. That was it. That was it. The end. It's like that movie you're watching and it just abruptly ends and leaves you on this cliff, I want to say, if that's even a cliff, so what I did was I went back to one of my saved games, and hindsight is always 2020. You go back to one of these saved games when you were making certain moves, cutting certain players, or doing certain things for certain reasons, but I go back to those saved games, and it's all these players who retired, and you get to relive these moments in real time. All these players who retired, like they're in their prime again. I hope what I'm saying is coming across how I want it to come across. If you can, from this point, really truly be in this moment, and if you can look at it from the perspective of yourself in the future, looking back on now, how would you want yourself to behave in your memory? Like right now, and this is from a KRS-One verse, right now you're living in the memory of your older self.